The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, we are live, and oh my goodness, you have no idea what I'm going through right now, because last night at the media event here at the World Series of Poker, I was fortunate enough to be the one to take out Ty Stewart, and I'm now sporting these really unbelievable monster headphones. Kids, they're good. But I sound totally different. It's weird. This is like the first time I've used these, other than I blasted some music a little while ago to check them out. But wow! So if I seem a little off for a while, I'm adjusting, because I sound it's a different vibe here. All right. Hey, but thanks for joining us here on the Hoke Show. Enough of my crap. But of course, we are live here at the World Series of Poker. Day 3, that's right, kids. We are no A's, no B's, no C's, no abacadectomy, jeckamanapastuix is going on here. We are on day 3, and what a wild one it was yesterday. Of course, we had our one show on KLAV, and of course had the evening off for the media event, and we are back in complete action here, 1 o'clock and 6:30 p.m. tonight, as we will bring you all the excitement here from the WSOP main event. A couple people stopping in, by the way. We kind of set up a couple interviews at a time. We're going to hear from Clyde Gaskins, who is actually, I believe, the manager at the Samstown Poker Room here in Las Vegas. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about what's going on over there, plus what it's like for everybody outside of the Rio to be putting on events at this time of year. I mean, we had a lot of controversy coming up with what happened, the WPT event that I believe wrapped up yesterday. And people saying you shouldn't be running stuff during the main event and so on and so forth. But we'll get perspective from one of the guys whose job is to do just that. So it should be an interesting conversation. We are also going to be speaking to one of the top online pros in the world. If you look this guy up on official poker rankings, he is listed as Grand Master. That's not bad. That takes a little bit. Derek Lerner is going to join us, so we're going to say hi to Derek, and he's still in the field, so it'll be kind of fun to talk to him. Plus, whoever else pops in the door here on our show will be on till 3 p.m. Pacific time here live from the World Series of Poker. Tonight's show, we're also going to get a call in from Kelly Kellner from the Canadian Poker Tour. Of course, they got that big event going on in Calgary. And decent chance we're going to get Andrew Feldman down here. So that would be pretty cool. Of course, last night I put a horrible beat on Andrew Feldman in the media event. Oh, it was so bad. We'll talk about that. I believe Joe should be on the way down here at some point. I think he got a late start. I had a late start this morning. Oh, my God. Went out with Nolan Dalla and the kids last night. Mark Napolitano got home at 4:45. That's right. You heard me. 4:45. And then just to add to the disasters, apparently our air conditioning unit in our place was leaking down into the apartment below us and caused a little flood. So, of course, they showed up at 7:30 this morning. I wanted to thank our apartment complex team for that one. That was nice. I did not need that. Oh, my God. So I'm going to be, if I'm a little loopy today, you guys are going to have to forgive me, but we're going to have some fun today. As unfortunately, one of the things that starts to happen here as we move forward in this World Series becomes the bust outs become more and more noticeable as players, individually start coming out of the room. You can always tell because they're looking down and on the cell phones, and you can just feel that the disappointment that they have. We've already lost a couple of players today. Umberto Brenes, who This is not an indictment on my shirts because they worked great yesterday. But Umberto came in wearing a Mark Hoke Show shirt and busted almost immediately today. So unfortunately, Umberto Brenes is not going to be bringing home that 11th main event cash this year, but you know that's going to happen at some point. Jay Farber is eliminated. Looks like D-Moon girl Danielle Moon Anderson is out. So a few big names already falling by the wayside here on day 3. But before we get into a whole lot on day 3, how about we take a look back at day 2? And ladies and gentlemen, everybody better watch out. This is really scary for the rest of the field. I don't think there's too many players in the world that if you would see them at the top of the leaderboard with a substantial lead as well, that you would be on day 2 that you'd be saying, "Oh my God, this it is that's not so bad." I mean, it's only the second day, but Phil Ivey, my goodness, did he have it? I mean, as if he didn't have a good enough day 1, turns around day 2 and just blows everybody out of the water and is over. The only player over 500,000 chips to start the day. So Ivy, who won bracelet number 10, boy, would number 11 be a way to do it? But of course, it's still a long, long way to go. 18, they were mixed on the totals a little bit. They had 1871 here on WSOP.com. I know there was another number that was put out. So we're looking at a little over about 1,900 players coming back for today, spread out all over this the Rio and here in the Brasilia and the Amazon room. Not sure if they have anybody in pavilion at this point, but of course, it's always a weird time down here because one of the interesting things you can always tell when the main event's going on and more people are getting knocked out of here is because the tables start getting torn down, and it is such a sight to see after 7 weeks of this. That tables are being removed from the pavilion room, then they get taken out of the Brasilia, and then really the interesting part is when the Amazon room starts getting torn down, because when the Amazon room starts getting torn down, that means you're getting very, very close to crowning that November 9, and those players are going to be coming back to play for the World Championship here later on this year. So it's something to watch, but if you have a chance, come down and check it out because it is quite the scene for sure. Phil Ivey, of course, having the big day yesterday. But John Hennigan, of course, the Poker Players Champion, has a huge day himself. He finishes with 342,700 chips. So a big day for him as, boy, would that be the sweep to pull off the Poker Players Championship and win the main event. You can dare to dream on that. Isaac Barron, Mark Newhouse, Corey Kilpatrick, Ronnie Barta, Tom Marchese, Jason Kuhn, Nick Schulman all coming back today. But a lot of the main event champions bit the dust yesterday. Joe Hashem, Phil Hellmuth, Joe Cotta all eliminated. Cotta, of course, caught in that nasty cooler Kings Against Aces, just the classic, you've got to be kidding me. And they are all out of this. But, Phil Hellmuth, a couple deep runs this year. Joe Cotta, of course, winning a bracelet and breaking that jinx for main event winners, not able to win a bracelet. Cotta winning one this year in the $10,000 No Limit Hold'em 6 Max. So not going to be a failure of a World Series for Joe by any means. Let's see, who else do we have here? Paul Pierce, the former NBA All-Star, is still in this thing. Of course, he's still playing. He's at 60,400. European soccer star Gerard Piqué, busted out, so he is done. Daniel Negreanu struggled yesterday. He was looking great, up to 175,000, falls to 39.8. Some of the other names that went out yesterday, Dominic Nitschke, who, I'll tell you what, a lot of people better be glad he's out of the field. He is having an amazing year and very tough. Matt Salzberg's out of there. Gus Hansen, Doug Polk, Tobias Rankenmeyer, Scotty Wynn out, and J.C. Tran is out. So there will not be a return trip to the November 9 for J.C. Tran. Here are your top 10 chip counts for the main event today. Phil Ivey, of course, sitting at 505,000. Timothy Stancifer, the Day 2 AB leader, comes in at 481,500. Raul Mestre at 477,900. Thomas Canuli, 407,800. Morgan Popham, of course, was a runner-up for a bracelet earlier this year. He is at 407,600. Tony Roberto, 402,700. Joe Kuether continues to have a great main event. He stands at 401,200. Peter Neff at 389,200. Isaac Barron, a great start for him, 387,200. And Steve Tripp, 380,400. So those are your top 10 coming into today's play, which started at noon, so we're about an hour and 10 minutes in. And things have changed just a little bit. Just a little. Isaac Barron must have hit a huge hand, and we'll see if we can get an update on that. He is now the chip leader here at the main event, 674,000 chips. So Isaac Barron firing away here. Munir Shaheen out of Millbrae, California, now over 500,000 chips. He is at 540. Ivy just dips a little bit under the 500,000 chip mark. Of course, Ivy started at 505, so 495, not a big deal. Loses about 10,000 chips to start this thing off. Raul Mestre at 477. Stansford's at 471. Michael Aaron is at 468. Morgan Popham 450. We've got Peter Neff 444, and Martin Jacobson has moved back up. He was the day 1A leader, and Jacobson continues to look pretty good in this World Series. Slow and steady, 416,000 chips for him. Kuether is at 401, and let's get some of your other notables in here. We did mention John Hennigan. He's at 342,700. And we'll keep going down here. Barry Hutter, 320,000. So Barry Hutter looking pretty good. And, oh, Lord, here he is again. Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope somebody at his table calls the clock. Hilton Laborda is back in the top 50 here at the World Series. Of course, we all remember Hilton from the massive tactics and just taking way too much time to play hands. The Brazilian is at 314,700. So obviously he got over the Brazilian loss. Good for him. But Hilton Laborda, oh Lord, he's back. Griffin Banger, 305,500. Ali Islami at 287,900. I'll keep going out here. And how about this? The millionaire maker is still hanging in there. Jonathan Dimig, 278,000. So Dimig looking pretty good. Antonio Esfandiari, 277,800. Mikio Aoki, who is the runner-up in the women's event, the ladies event, is at 260. Let's see who else we have here. Greg Ostrander at 245. We'll keep going down. Check your top guys. Mosseri, 235. Alex Queen's also at 235. Daniel Alai rolls in at 228,300. Mark Newhouse, 220,400. Man who knows how to get to this final table. Jeff Madsen's at 217. We have Jennifer Melansek at 211,000 reporting in. Jared Blessing, 205. Ronnie Bart is at 202. Tom Marchese at 197,200. Faraz Jaka, 195. Manning Lozier, 193. Konstantin Puchkov, Mr. Cash, 191,000. Some other, let's see, Marvin Mertmeyer is in there, 173,200. Rep Porter is sitting at 168.9. Phil Galfond, 165.4. Brian Hastings, 157,100. Ismail Bojang has just had an incredibly solid World Series, 155,000. Vinny Pahujas at 147. Olivier Bousquet at 145. Jared Hamby, 143.8. Joe Tian, 143.1. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a ton of other names in here, but those are your top ones at the moment. So these guys are all in there chasing that world championship. Pretty cool stuff happening here at the WSOP. Let's see if we have any updates to give for you. Of course, we already did mention a few of the bust outs on the board already as these guys getting in here and firing away with those short stacks. And let's see, Australian Bruno Portaro has been eliminated. Kings against Ace King, but his opponent spikes an ace, and off he goes. Chris Moneymaker still at 222,000. We got Jamie Kerstetter, 95.4. Ryan Reese, the defending champ, is at 84.9. Let's see. Oh, and Matt Vengren taking a hit here as I said, Munir Shaheen goes to 540,000 as his fours crack aces. That's a little rough. Morgan Popham, of course, making that big jump as he takes out Joshua Rotenberg. Some other chip counts we're looking at. Mark Herms at 205. A couple guys trying to hang on. Steve O'Dwyer, 48. Eric Mizraki at 32. So that's not going to be too good. But here's the hand with Isaac Barron that has put him into the lead. Oh, no. And this is terrible. The owner of Blind Squirrel Apparel is the one that lost his chips to Isaac Barron. Wow. So here it is. Wow. Boy, it's really tough when you see guys that you really, really know well taking a hit like that. Danico opens from middle position. Player on the button calls, and Barron calls from the big blind. Flop a jack 6 deuce. Barron checks, Danico bets. Player on the button calls, Barron check raises. Danico re-raises, and player on the button folds. Barron re-raises back. Danico is all in with a set of deuces, but Barron flips over a set of sixes, and that is it for the owner of Blind Squirrel Apparel. Of course, one of our great sponsors of the show, as gets nailed by set over set. So tough break there for Anthony Danico, but sorry to hear that. But a nice run, buddy. I'm sure we'll get to talk to you soon. Paul Pierce has doubled up. Goes to 75,000. He doubles up through Gary Lent. Let's see, who else do we have here? And here's some eliminations. Anybody know Jared Lundeman is out. Andy Filichak, who was a runner-up for a bracelet earlier this year, is out. Nick Davella, who was leading at the first dinner break on day 1A, is out. Oh, he is gone. Some purple room eliminations. Not too big of names in there, so probably not going to worry about those too much. Let's see if we have some other chip counts. Matt Ashton, 125.5. Max Pescatori at 123. Saw him out late last night. Eric Wasserson, 37,000. Theo Jorgensen is at 28. And let's see who else we've got here. And Daniel, sorry about that. Daniel Negreanu has got himself doubled up, so actually more than doubled up. Goes to 76.5, so Daniel Negreanu said he's going to try and storm through this field, and not a bad effort so far. Kenny Tran, 125. Greg Mueller's at 78. Aaron Massey at 68. Jonathan Aguilar, 58. And Johnny Chan trying to hang on. Got off to the hot start here, but he is down to 46,000 in chips. All right, and we'll see if we're getting more updates for you here real quick. And we did mention that Humberto Brenes was eliminated. Olivier Bousquet is the man who sends Humberto packing, and looks like they're sitting at a table with Kevin Pollak, too. So that must have been a whole lot of fun. And let's see if we've got any other names that might be interested in. David O.D.B. Baker's at 88.8, and Lucky Chewy's at 76.2. Maria Ho, 49.3. Mike Waddle at 43. J.J. Lou, 42. Gabriel Nassif is at 24. All right, so there's some chip updates for you right now, and of course we'll update that more as we go along. But we do have like I said, we've got a couple of guests coming up here for you, along with so much more happening here at the main event. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. I am the aforementioned Mark Hoke. I thank you for joining us, and we will catch you on the other side. Thanks for being with us. We're live from the World Series of Poker main event, Day 3.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at double-digit covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dosen and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. Flipping that logo off about 30 seconds too early, at about 3. But hey, we're of course live here at the World Series Poker at the main event. It is day 3. I'm gonna have you slide over a little bit so we can.
Okay.
I don't want you half off camera.
Well, I'm a half
That'd be terrible.
guy, so
Oh, well.
with a big head.
That's all right. All right. Well, hey, we have a couple things I want to make sure we mention before we get into it with Clyde here. First, we want to definitely remind everybody that coming up on Sunday, July 13th, starting at 4 o'clock, is the inaugural Chad Brown Memorial and Charity Poker Tournament. Of course, the memorial service is going to be taking place starting at 4 at Binion's Gambling Hall and Hotel. It's going to be upstairs in the Longhorn Lounge, which is the old bullpen. We all know where that is. And it's open to the public, so anybody can come over if you want to pay your respects to Chad Brown. I know it's probably going to be a pretty emotional day for everybody in the poker community.
Oh, absolutely.
Saying, getting a chance to say goodbye to Chad. But we will be, it'll be at 4 o'clock, so make sure you join everybody over there. And then they'll also be having a charity poker tournament starting at 6 o'clock. That is a 200 plus 25 buy-in. They're going to be doing rebuys and add-ons on that too. So let's see, unlimited rebuys, $50 for the first 6 levels, and everybody's starting off with 300 chips, 20-minute levels. So, and all those rebuys are going to charity plus half the prize pool as well. So if you have a little time and you want to get over and hop into that thing, nice prize. Hey, winner's going to get a main event seat at the 2015 Poker Stars Caribbean Adventure event.
Wow.
I'd take that.
Absolutely.
I'd take that. We got a main event. Wow. Second place gets a main event seat, including hotel for 5 nights at the Montreal Poker Festival. So that'll be pretty cool. And some other stuff. We got an entry into the PPC Aruba World Championship. Our good friends at the Players Poker Championship chipping in on that one. Tulsa Hard Rock package. Party Poker's got some entries into the 2015 WPT 500 event, and all sorts of great stuff. So make sure you guys take some time, get over there, and be playing for a good cause and also saying goodbye to an old friend. So
yeah, Chad Brown, he's won some bracelets. He's well respected in the poker community, and I believe a lot of people's going to show up for that.
I hope so. It should be a great time. So get on over there, guys. Sunday at Binion's at 4 o'clock. Not that I'm trying to take away business from you, sir.
No, you're not.
Not at all.
I'm just a poker fiend. I just love poker, man.
And we got Clyde Gaskins here from Samstown, one of the great casinos here in Las Vegas. A lot of nice, good food out there, too, by the way.
Absolutely. Our steak is ranked among the best in Vegas every year. We got great people that I work with. I do work in the poker room. I run the tournaments out there. Just a great company to work for. We have great tournaments. Our rakes are phenomenal. We have a deep stack on the second and fourth Saturdays of each month. It's a $105 buy-in. You'll get $10,000 in chips. There is a $5 dealer add-on for $2,000 more. And if you're signed in by 6:30, you receive another $500 in chips. The rake is only $10. I mean, that's pretty good. For a $105 buy-in, the rake is $10. Each player you knock out, it's a $25 bounty. Plus, there's a main pool prize that's usually between $1,200 and $1,500. It all depends on how many players are in.
There you go. So that'll be a great time. So you can
Oh, yeah,
get to play over at
absolutely.
Samstown. Well, let me ask you this because of the controversy that we had dealing with the WPT running an event during the main event here. Obviously it wasn't a full WPT event going on, but this time of year, every poker room is trying to put their best foot forward and pick off some players, that are coming out here for the main event and get them into their poker rooms. What is that? You run the tournaments out at Samstown, so you're trying to obviously pull people in too. What is that like to try and work around the main event and pull customers into your casino?
Well, it's the local players that live around here every day, not just the ones that come in during the World Series. We'd like them to come out and visit our poker room to play because, like I said, we don't just have the deep stack. We have other tournaments, our dailies at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. You get a lot of play. Plus, I'm not completely sure about this, but we don't have antes, so you get more play for the dollar. So, and that does make a big difference as the tournament does go on. And like I said, everybody is really nice where I work. We have a restroom right beside our poker room, so
Thank God.
You don't have to run halfway down the hall. But most of the rakes on the strip, there's $125 buy-ins, and they rake $25.
Right.
We don't have that. Like I said, our deep stack rakes only $10. Our dailies, there's a $30 buy-in. The rake is $7.
Wow,
and then our
that's
nights
great.
on Friday and Saturday nights, we have a 55 and 5. Out of the 55, the rake's only $7. That's $48 going back into the prize pool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty good. The house takes 7, the dealers take 3, so you're looking at $10 out of the 55. 45 goes back in. I don't think you could beat that.
Yeah, that is a fantastic deal. And one thing that we've been talking about a lot this World Series kind of got brought up with when Daniel Coleman refused to do the interview and how poker's, the poker's kind of a dark place to be, and the casinos use the players and so on. What do you guys feel about the situation with the rakes? And you guys sound like you do a pretty good job keeping the rake down overall there. But what is that like to try and have to make those adjustments to pull the players in, but you still got to make money too? It's a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. Before I started working there, I heard that they used to have the big game out there with the Doyle Brunsons, the Johnny Chans, and all the big names used to play out there. And then they moved our poker room to the back, and then of course the game moved to the Bellagio. I heard about Mike Manisau used to work. He started off as a dealer where I work, and of course I joke with him at work all the time that I'm going to be the next poker pro out of there that works at Samstown. But they have to make something to pay for, to pay for the room, to pay for, everything. They just ain't gonna.
Yeah,
charge no rake at all.
Yeah, it's a hard line.
You can't get lower than what we are at Samstown.
Yeah.
You just can't. And it's like I said, I understand why the strip is taking 25 out of 125, which I think is kind of high. But for us to just take what we take, it's a great chance to at least come out one time I play in one of our tournaments and tell you what you think about it. And I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy yourself.
Well, there you go. Certainly a great opportunity to go out and, and a lot of people, it's funny that a lot of people get out here and, they've never been here, so they, they'll get out on the strip and, I got to go up and down the strip. But a lot of the best deals are off the strip. And,
Absolutely.
There's a lot of great casinos away from the strip that I like to go to that, are a lot of fun and they take care of you.
Yeah, what about our mothership over there, Orleans? Orleans has a great poker room. It's huge. The weekends, I hear the Friday and Saturday night tournaments over 100 players, and it pays big. It's sweet. So, I work for a great company. Boyd is just fantastic, and all the people I work with are really sweet and nice, and I'm telling you, I really believe you'd enjoy it. You ought to come out, Mark, and play
Clyde,
one time.
You know what you got to do for me? You got to get a horse tournament going out there.
You know what? That would be good,
That
too.
would be so awesome because, the one place, I like to go out to Green Valley, and when they they just discontinued their horse tournament, and it broke my heart because there's very few of them in town, and I know that it's hard to draw those players.
Very hard.
But maybe you could help me out, Clyde. I think we could get some people over there for a horse.
We used to have Texas Hold'em tournament, but it was pineapple, where it was crazy pineapple.
Oh
and
my
you
God,
got
that's
to
my favorite.
Discard a card
Oh, I love crazy pineapple.
before,
Can you
after the flop.
Can you give me a high-low crazy pineapple tournament?
I wish
Please?
we would. Well, we don't know. We might.
I'll
do
just
that
show
again.
up and I'll play heads up or something. I don't care. Just get it going.
Hey, another thing where I work out at Samstown, every morning we got a 7-card stud table, and you can't find 7-card stud hardly anywhere.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
And we got a 1 to 5 spread, so the limits ain't very high. There's quarter ante. You can bet anywhere from 1 to 5 on any street. And every morning we get these old timers show up at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
There you go.
And some of the stories you hear are just just listening to the stories sometimes is great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic going on right now in poker, and we're going to see where it all falls out here, and but offering the players as much as you can. Sounds like you guys are doing a good job. So kudos to you guys there at Samstown. Now let me ask you about what's going on in the main event. Now you got a buddy in here you're sweating, right?
Yeah, I got several buddies. I got a buddy right now playing in the main event. I got my other buddy standing here in front of me and watching me do this show. I'm kind of nervous, but I think I'm doing okay.
You're
right now.
fine. You're fine. See, I told you, just come in here. We just have a chat. That's all we do.
Oh, but my friend Mark, he's playing in the main event. It's day 3. He's in the gold section. He's got like 110,000 somewhere around there right now.
Nothing wrong with that.
So yeah,
it's better than 0.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I'm hoping to get it in next year. I've never played in the main event yet. I did play in the monster stack this year, and I did make it to day 2, but I didn't make it to the money part. But I'm hoping to play in the main event next year. It's been my lifetime dream.
You run tournaments at Samstown. Now, let me ask you this. That coming in and seeing that monster stack and just what the team over here had to do to keep that tournament running. I mean, can you give it to us from your perspective how incredibly difficult that was?
They did fantastic considering. You're talking it was almost 8,000 people. What, 7,800 and something? It was something like that. It was crazy. They did a fantastic job at getting and moving them from table to table. I mean, when I work at Samstown, of course, our fields ain't that big. I work alone. I don't have
God,
no
that would be nice if they were, wouldn't they?
I don't have no sidekicks to help me. So, but they did a fantastic job, and I got moved a couple times, and then the next day, and they just know what they're doing here. They're so organized, especially when the fields get over, just big bunches.
Oh, I mean,
they don't stress out.
They obviously weren't ready for it either. I mean, I know what numbers they were projecting, and they weren't projecting anywhere near that. So, I mean, that must have just been. I mean, could you imagine if you're running a tournament? I mean, just put it on a smaller scale. You're running a tournament at your place where maybe you're expecting 50 players, and all of a sudden 125 walk in the door. I mean, putting on a smaller scale, that's kind of what it was.
Well, I believe it was last fall, we had a bunch of people show up at our deep stack, and it was a surprise because there was just so many. I mean, we didn't have enough tables. It was that many. It was a lot. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it get that way again. I like problems like that, to be honest with you. But we average, like on our deep stack, we average like 4 or 5 tables. I'd like to get that back up to 9 tables, have 90 players every week. That would be great.
Yeah.
But
well, maybe,
I don't know
maybe
what
we
I
can
would
help
do
you
if
out.
there
We'll
was
talk.
like 200 people show up all at once. I'd have to sit and deal again, which I have no problem doing that.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we saw them building tables on the fly out here this year for that thing. I mean, that was just something else. I mean, could you imagine having to make that call?
Yeah, did you see them down the hallway on the other end where the seafood place is?
Yeah.
They had tables all the way down there, too. It was crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah, so, I mean, I think it's going to be, it's always a great time coming out to Las Vegas. But, we always, we're here at the World Series, and we always end up talking about a few select places. But, Samstown is a great place to play, and it's a great place to go. Like I said, I've munched down over there every once in a while. The deals are incredible, and it's a nice place.
I'm a lucky guy to be working there. I'm telling you, the food is fantastic there, and not just our poker room. Everyone is friendly. Say hello. It's really a nice place to work, and I thank God every day for that. Really, I mean, I love my job. How much better I got it. I get to deal with poker every day. I get to go to work 4 or 5 times a week. and run tournaments, and I'm around it every day of my life, and that's what I want to do. So it's like being in heaven. I mean, and when you love your job, it's not a job.
Yeah.
And I always go around and joke with everybody and try to get them having a good time and smiling. So I try to make everybody enjoy their time at Sam's Town.
Yep. Well, if anybody wants to check everything out at Sam's Town, you want to give them the website so they can take a look? Do you know your website? I can find it.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what the website is.
Yeah, he's
Sorry
so
about
tucked
that.
away in the poker room.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well,
Isn't that crazy?
I'm going to find it for you here real fast because I'm that kind of guy. I can, if I look at that, I'm button shanking all over the place too. This is crazy. Because you definitely want to get out there. It sounds like you guys are going to get a great value out at Sam's Town Casino. And I'm typing one-handed too, which usually doesn't work real well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'll type with two hands.
It's actually straight down Flamingo, exactly about 5 miles. You run right into Boulder Highway, and right there's Sam's Town. You almost can't miss it, really. It's located at a perfect spot.
There you go, Sam's Town Hotel Vegas. That's it.
Yeah.
So check it out, and you can see everything going on at Sam's Town, and you can say hi.
Come out to say hi to Clyde.
Say hi to Clyde.
Jump in a tournament, and you can give us some rundown how your visit was, and I know you'd have a great time. Once again, we don't have antes in our tournaments, and so you get to play a little longer for what money you put into the tournament. You can't beat it.
Sounds great. Well, Clyde, I think I'll be stopping out at Sam's Town, stay in touch with you, and I wish you all the best over there. I hope things keep going well.
Well, I think we will. Like I said, we just got a lot of things going on in our program right now, and I can't be more happier right now with where I work. I just love it.
All right. Clyde, thank you so much for stopping
no
over. I appreciate it. Good luck to you over there.
All right.
All right. So there you go. Clyde Gaskins from Sam's Town Poker Room. Check it out, guys. Sounds like a blast. Play some poker, get a nice low rake, and hang out with this guy. You all right? You okay? Yeah, okay, just checking. I just want to make sure you're all right there.
You want me to get out of here? Is that what you're
saying? Well, I don't want you to get out of here, but we got to get back to talking about the World Series here.
Yes, well, we can do that.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Radoja, by the way, just headed out the door. It's one of my personal favorites. Of course, he was the heads-up champion last year, but Mark Radoja looks like he has been eliminated. Boy, and this is what it's going to be like for me for the next 5 days, saying goodbye to a lot of people. And, it always sucks. I just hate doing it. But unfortunately, there's only going to be 9 people that are going to get back here into the Penn and Teller Theater. And, this is kind of the day where you can slightly start to think about it. And you can always tell it's a different atmosphere around here when, the ESPN cameras finally start coming out. You don't have everybody separated. Everyone's all in one field, and it's just time to play ball. And, but these guys, you play for it all year long. You hope and dream that someday you could be the next world champion. And these players are going for it. So there you go. All right, I'll tell you what, let's get another break in here. We are closing in on the first break of the day. Looking like about 17 minutes. Wasn't a whole lot of goofing around going on this morning with any ceremonies or anything like that. So we will take a break and be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show as we will get you more updates live here from the World Series of Poker. So stick around and we'll be right back.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE. That's HOKE for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deege Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deege player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deege Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deege Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we return live here to the World Series of Poker, the main event. Day number 3 underway, and these kids start dreaming about a world championship. Oh, golly. You can dream a little bit, guys. Still a long way to go, but you can dream just a little bit. and some other players, by the way, real quick, want to mention a few more names that we didn't get to mention at the top of the show. Lane Flack came in at 186 today. Haralabas Volgaris at 164, the NBA betting guru. John Jawanda in there. Eric Seidel, Jake Cody, Barry Greenstein, Bruce Buffer. Earl Barron, former NBA player, is in there. And, so there's some other names that we didn't get to mention. 5 world champions still remain. And it's always kind of fun when you start whittling those guys down a little bit. Robert Varconi is in here short stacked, so we'll keep an eye on see if Varconi can hang on and get through this a little bit more. Chris Moneymaker, the big stack of the champs, started off at 220. Huck Seed in there, Ryan Reese, Johnny Chan. So those are Johnny Chan, of course, was the last champion standing last year. I wonder if he's going to try and see if he can do it again. But we have a very interesting crew playing for the World Championship right now. And speaking of some interesting crews, first I want to make sure that we mention the Mark Hoke Show is going to be headed to Calgary. That's right. They're letting me into their country again, those crazy Canucks. We're going to be up at the Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown July 24th through August 3rd. I will be arriving there on July 30. Let me take a look. First shows will be broadcast July 31st. So looking forward to being up there. We'll catch the end of the High Roller event plus the main event going on. And if you would like to join us up in Calgary with Ivy Poker, Poker News, and the Global Poker Index, love to see you up there. Just go to CanadianPokerTour.tv, hop on board and get into the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. And rooms are apparently just about sold out. So if you want to get a room up there, you better do it now. And there's some great discounts on there. If you want to play ball up in Calgary, we'd love to see you at Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for this Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown. Got over $500,000 in guarantees for all those events. So you guys, awesome deal, and good chance to make a little coin while you're up there. We also want to thank all of our great sponsors of the show as we're getting close to the break here. First one of the day here on day 3. Of course, our good friends at the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour, ppcpokertour.com. Follow them on Twitter at ppcpokertour. Chances to go to Aruba, guys. Tampa Bay Downs and so many other great events coming up. If you want to play for the PPC Championship in Aruba, well, just check them out, ppcpokertour.com. Our good friends at Final 9 Comic. Final, the number 9comic.com. 9 will become one way or another. Go to final9comic.com and download the first issue absolutely free. Our good friends at Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. 15% off plus free shipping with the code Mark Hoke Show. ArcticBLU.com is your website on that one. Take advantage of one of the neatest products you're ever going to find. And, hey, we're in Las Vegas especially. You need these. It's like baking. We're going to be back up to 110 degrees here pretty soon, so check them out at ArcticBLU.com. Run Good Gear, 10% off with the code Hoke at RunGoodGear.com. Find your Run Good and our great gear today. RunGoodGear.com. Blind Squirrel Apparel, 20% off with the code Hoke at BlindSquirrelApparel.com. Look good and be lucky with the apparel designed for the gambler in you. Check it out at BlindSquirrelApparel.com. I want to thank Sunbuggy Fun Rentals for hopping in on our contest this year. We gave away a 1K main event satellite seat. Sunbuggy.com, the original off-road tour company in Las Vegas and across the desert Southwest. So join in the fun with Sunbuggy Fun Rentals. And don't wreck your Sunbuggy. Our good friends at Team Poker Joker, grin and win with our gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. 10% off with the code Vegas Hoke. That's right, Vegas Hoke is your code on there. So get on over there and get into that cult of crazies, the Team Poker Joker gang. Of course, Nevada Poker League, over $50,000 in cash and prizes, all for free. That's right. You lost your mojo a little bit, or you just want to go have some fun playing poker. 17 different locations here in Las Vegas for the Nevada Poker League. Check them out at NevadaPokerLeague.com. This is one you need to call right now. Double-digit covers. Look, I can't make you pick up the phone, but these guys are the best sports consultants in the business. 855-489-2700 is your call-in number to get a free pick. Just tell them the Mark Hoke Show sent you. And go to doubledigitcovers.com, and you can get free picks sent to your phone daily. So that's a pretty good deal. Our good friends at Off Tilt Poker Tables, $300 off on your next table. I've got one. The World Series has one. WPT Deep Stacks has one. Mid-States Poker Tour has one. Why don't you? 262-490-3812. at offtiltpokertables.com. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing. My buddy Steve Fox, who we've seen on the show. Steve, we have some bad news?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Big rookie mistake.
Oh, no. Well, nice run, sir. I'm sorry, but so Steve Fox has been eliminated. Like I said, we were talking about it. A friend's just come trickling out the doors, and there's one of them, unfortunately. But you look like you need him like about a week in a hot tub right now.
Linda Johnson told me it doesn't feel good going out. It doesn't.
No. Well, sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I was running hot, too. Oh, jeez.
All right. So, well, let Steve collect himself here for a minute. Sure. Yeah, let me finish the sponsor runs here real quick. We got the good friends at Blue Rail. How far do you want to go? They build the best websites around for any business need you have, or if you just want to host your website, $9 a month. That's a hell of a deal. Check in with Bob Lusk at 522-820-5128. It's 522-820-5128. Blue Rail, how far do you want to go? Of course, our host site put up by Blue Rail is RogueWire.com. We're hosting the Mark Hoke Show as well. Check them out at RogueWire.com for all the latest news and fun stuff you're going to find on the web at RogueWire.com. Grindettes, the greatest ladies poker team in the world. Go to Grindettes.com. Grindettes on Twitter and the Grindettes on Facebook. Dutch Boyd, great book, Poker Tilt. Check it out, PokerTilt.com, or pick it up on Amazon today. I guarantee you the reviews are in, and it is something else. So check it out at PokerTilt.com. The Global Poker Index, we're simulcast on there. The Poker Ranking Authority at GlobalPokerIndex.com. And Las Vegas Advisor. You're in Vegas. Coupon books, memberships, all sorts of great stuff there. Check them out at LasVegasAdvisor.com. Fox over here, and we're also, by the way, going to be hearing from Derek Lerner in just a little bit. But I'll give you a chance to vent a little bit if you want to come over and say hi, Steve.
Well, there's
Steve,
there's really nothing to vent about. It's just a huge rookie mistake. There was a flush draw on the board that I didn't see. The guy put me all in. I called off. Nothing really to say. I just huge rookie mistake.
Well, let's talk about though your experience through the main event, because it's always a crazy ride, but overall, I know it stings right now, but a good experience for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a great experience. I hope to do it again, hopefully. I got deeper than I ever imagined. What's this, first level day 3? I was just hoping to make day 2. I'm really not disappointed in my play. I played the greatest poker of my life, obviously, to make day 3. I'm really not disappointed in my play. I'm more didn't want to disappoint my friends. Man, what a way to go out.
Hey, you didn't disappoint anybody, my friend. You didn't. It's
no. Linda Johnson told me she's very, very proud of me. I shouldn't have gone out that way, but I was caught up in the moment, and I thought I had the guy. He wasn't respecting my raises. He was calling me. Any raise I made, the guy was calling me. Couldn't believe I had cards. I had a great table image. One of the chip leaders was to my right. Guy came in with over 400,000 in chips. I started out as the short stack at the table, and I ran it up to over 50K. I had like 21K going in. So I ran it up really nice. Was all in 2 or 3 times, won them all. So yeah, I was just like kind of caught up in the moment. Couldn't believe I had top pair, decent kicker. So yeah, I was just kind of caught up in the moment. I was counting my chips before I won them. So there you go. That's what happens.
Well, now that you've gone through this, tell everybody, what you would want to warn them about, or say, if you come to play the main event, these are a couple things that you really need to know to help you get through, the first couple of days.
Well, one thing you really want to do is I had a routine I was in. Every day I did the same thing. Got up, get good sleep before. That's important. Make sure you eat something before you play. You don't want to have low blood sugar. be well hydrated. Go in with a good mindset. There's a lot of dead money in there the first 2 days. You don't want to try to do anything too fancy. I leave that to the pros. So, do the fancy play the first couple days. Leave the fancy play to the pros. Just kind of screw down, pick up the dead money, play ABC poker the first couple days. That's what I did. Don't make any real big mistakes. Kind of sit back and watch the blow-ups. That's what I did the first couple days. I mean, there's people who are going to really blow up, donk off chips. I mean, don't go on tilt. I mean, you'll make a mistake. Just shake it off. And, you're really deep stacked. You start off with 30K. That's a lot of chips.
Yep.
Don't worry if you don't have, like 40, 50, 60K in chips or 100K in chips. That's not a big deal. I ended the day, let's see, what was it? I forget what my starting stack was on, yesterday, I started the day with 21K. No big deal. I forget what my, let's see. Yeah, but don't worry about being a small stack. I mean, don't worry about having average chips or anything like that. Just play your game, and don't worry about having huge stacks. Just play your game. You can come back. Be patient. Patience is the key in these big tournaments. Don't worry if you're up there with the chip leaders or not. You can come back. I final tabled an HPT event last January. I went the whole way with 20 to 25 big blinds. It can be done. It's the person who has all the chips at the end, not the person who has all the chips at the beginning.
Yeah.
When you can't win it on the first day, but you sure can get knocked out on the first day. That's the important thing.
Yep. And we're seeing the players coming out here now. Level is complete, and now we're going to have I know we have Derek Lerner stopping in just a couple of minutes. We just saw Ryan Reese coming out, the defending world champion. So many other great players and some other hopefuls, but trying to get this thing done. So it should be pretty exciting. Now you get to follow it. And
Oh, yeah. Well, another important thing is you just got to have chips to stay in it. It's you got to stay in, and there's no other tournament like this. I mean, it's a real experience. I can't say that enough. And one thing, you never think about the 10K when you're in it that you put up. I was worried that, geez, 10K to get in a tournament. But you never think about that once you're in it.
All right. So everybody's, it's going to be getting loud in here in a minute. But, Steve, congratulations. Nice run here at the series, man. Way to go.
Yeah.
Next time around, you'll get back in here. You will. You'll be back.
And it is a very special tournament. It really is.
Yeah.
There's no other tournament like it.
All right. So players on
Thanks
break.
for having me.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Good to see you. Always tough saying goodbye to friends as they get knocked out of the main event, but it's going to be unfortunately happening a lot. All right, so we're going to have Derek Lerner coming in here in just a little bit as soon as he can sneak over. But once again, players out here pulling it together. And by the way, we just got a photo from Kevin Mathers on Twitter where they are down to the last two tables in the pavilion room. So the pavilion room is just about shut down. As we said, it's kind of a, hey, it's up. Yeah, here, come on in. So, really, that's got to start sinking in a little bit that the pavilion room almost empty here. And I'm going to move over so I can get this guy in here. He's an okay poker player.
Pause for 1 second.
I'm sorry?
We pause for 1 second.
Canadian chip.
Gotcha. All right. So we, of course, on. Oh, yeah, I can turn that up for you. How about I get that mic on for you, too? Here, we'll turn you up. Derek.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Mr. 5 million guy. Not bad. For people aren't familiar with you.
Yeah.
Of course, you're one of those online guys. Did you know you're a grandmaster on official poker rankings, by the way? Did you ever see that?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, you're listed as a grandmaster.
I mean, for a couple of years I did pretty well. I don't know. I'm not really sure how they break down the rankings and stuff. I know that there's a lot of people that I play with every day that I wish I was good as they were. But
that's kind of sick to say that. You know that, right? That's pretty rough. I mean, you're one of the best online players in the world.
Well, I really appreciate that. I feel like if you're not always trying to constantly improve, study hand histories, and improve your own weaknesses, then you're actually going to be falling behind the people that are doing that. So if a guy who, I don't want to say random names, but people who are really great players out there that I have a ton of respect for that give me hell when they're at my table, if they're not doing their homework, if they're out partying, if they're not spending enough time doing what I feel they have to do to maintain their level of consistency, then yeah, I'm going to have an edge. But I really focus more on myself and how I play and different. I've been doing a lot of, I didn't really want to say this, but I've been doing a lot of work specifically the last month, technical adjustments and psychological, emotional adjustments. So there's this European philosopher guy, Eckhart Tolle, and there's a book, The Power of Now. He has great YouTube lectures and such, and he's really into being exactly in the moment. So anything that happens in your immediate past, even if it's as recently as 15 or 20 seconds ago, it actually has no relevance to the present or the future, except the life lessons you can bring to the present or the future.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
So I actually had a really successful Sunday a few weeks ago, and of course I'm 20 or 30 tabling, multiple sites, really a full slate on stars, and and in the past and regularly, I get really upset or I get a really negative mindset with busting multiple medium to high stakes tournaments, even some low tournaments, deep spots.
Sure.
And even either getting really unlucky, these algorithms are absurd, whatever negative thoughts are going down. These are all just like really irrelevant to the present moment of the future, the present decision that you're going to have in front of you if it's just 30 seconds down the road. So completely being not emotionally attached to so many, let me start it again. Completely being not emotionally attached to anything that just recently happened to you. The only thing you can take forward is like, did I play that well? Was there a technical mistake? Was there anything was it avoidable? Was it spewy? Was it standard in my approach? Okay, great. So to be in the present, okay, there's no negative emotion that comes forward. Now let's focus on what's happening in the present. And I was able to use that mentality, have a bunch of deep runs, and then fortunately chop up the bigger 162, which was a very profitable.
That's not bad.
Result.
Yeah, that usually puts a little money in the pocket, doesn't it?
I've had a couple reasonable sessions the last few.
I know what you guys mean by
days.
Reasonable. You know,
it wasn't like
it's like a
super
year's
absurd.
salary for some people.
Okay, so like I've had it. I mean, I've had. I don't want to say a rough start to the year, but I've had a couple of decent months. I wasn't losing by any stretch leading up to the summer. But even though that I've had like a relatively great summer, and most years I come down for the majority of the summer to Vegas to play. Even winning, like being up 60 or 70 for the summer, you see some Calvin Anderson, who's everyone has a ton of respect for, a world-class guy, just like a real genuinely nice person, friend of mine. He comes and wins a bracelet, bunch of final tables, sort of a new outlook on life.
Yeah.
You know, I actually said it. I'll say it because I was joking with you the other day. I go, yeah, you come off prettier, holier than thou with the whole not drinking thing, right? I was like, I haven't been drinking for years. Okay, I have flipping a couple years ago in the Dominican Republic. A couple of friends were down there. And we just drank all week. It was amazing.
Oh, there you go.
I honestly don't drink at all, and I mean, I like drinking. I'm not like, I just have trouble. Like one of my biggest life leaks why I don't play a ton of live is waking up for noon the next day. It's so important to get that 7-8 hours of sleep.
Yep, you're
and
right.
If you don't, you're actually not going to be at your best. So with online, you can make a bunch of adjustments and just get super fresh. Wake up at whatever time and just go, or get a little workout in, whatever, get a meal in, and then grind your session, and you're super fresh. You don't have to worry about being in bed on time, getting X amount of sleep, and being somewhere for noon.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of being here for noon, day 3 of the main event.
Yeah.
How are you sitting in there right now?
So I started today with 128. It's at a little bit of a rocky start. I did go on a little bit of a rush. So I went, maybe I ended up losing probably, sort of playing 8 and 16 with a 200 ante. I mean, it's a high ante. You just can't really be passive. You have to go after. I mean, I have Sowers on me, Sowers UNC, Mike Sowers.
Yeah.
He's so fantastic.
Yeah, Mike nearly won a bracelet this year too.
Right,
came
right.
awfully
I mean,
close.
he's obviously a fantastic online player. Has had tremendous results, and a couple years ago at the LA piece in LA, he had I think a third of the WPT. He's had a couple like serious scores live, but online he's a killer, and he's just really good at reading patterns, and so he opens like 3 times in a row, and I think one time he got defended, ended up winning a post flop, and so like a 4th open in a row. I'm in the small blind with I had 10-4 of diamonds. I mean, I have some equity. So I ended up 3-betting. I didn't go super big. I went like 2.8 versus his open, and he just like snapped 3x 4 bets. It's like, okay, I mean, that didn't really work. But there's a meta. I think that he read a pattern there. I mean, it's pretty easy to get dealt an ace and a king. I mean, it's not super hard to have a real hand, but so that was one spot I kind of like, I lost my momentum a little bit, and then I actually got 2 3-bets, 2 bluff 3-bets to work. One time I had ace jack off, the other time I had a like 6-5 suited. So I am getting a few spots through. I actually got through a 4-barrel bluff that actually put me in a good mood. I might not have showed up if this didn't work. I had the jack 6 off in the cutoff, and it was Fiero. Fuck, I shouldn't even say this. It was Fiero from Chile, Pete Kaiser. He flatted the big. It comes ace king 3, 2 clubs, check, bet, call. It's like the same sizing as my open. Turns what was it? Turns a 10. He checks. I check back because I don't want to I don't want to necessarily put in 4 or 5 blinds here and get blown off the pot. And if I can check back and somehow hit a gut shot, and if he checked, so before I finish this hand history, let me just finish the hand history and then I'll tell you specifically. So I was saying with the Eckhart Tolle thing, I was doing a lot of work mentally, and with the technical side, I was doing a lot of specific river work. Like, I'm only really studying river play for like about 5 or 6 weeks, and it's like really helping me narrow in on people's hand ranges based on their river action, based on the run out of the board and what I have and what my value is, compared to what I would, classify their poker stove, the bottom of the range, to, of course, the nutted end of the range. Turn was a 10, I checked back, and the river's an ace. And so if he flatted on the ace, king 3, it was 2 clubs. So, I mean, he could have like a naked, like some sort of flush draw, medium flush draw or not. He ended up tanking and checking, and I just didn't want to dog it. Wait, I did claim that it was a 3-barrel bluff. Okay, so the turn went check. So I went big on the river. I went for like, where'd I go? I went like 8.5 blinds, and he tagged for a bit. Ended up showing a king and folding. That actually got through, and I said, well, if you had king jack or king queen, you wouldn't have folded. He's like, no, I wouldn't have. So I mean, he's peeling pretty light. Which, I mean, it's never a great idea to do that out of position unless you have like the old school like check, call, flop, lead, turn. So it might be a little inside joke for a friend out there.
There you go.
But,
yeah, so I mean, obviously being in here in the main event, making you got a decent run rolling here.
So I'm up to about 125. Sorry.
Okay, there you go. So when you're playing this event,
my earphones are a little low.
Okay, I'm sorry. When you're playing this event, what are some of the keys that you would tell people if they're coming in here for the first time? Because obviously you're an incredibly experienced player.
It depends what their experience level is or what their technical prowess is. For most amateur players, I would recommend do not play poker. Play poker for fun. I hate to say that. I mean, Coleman, everyone's giving that kid a lot of shit, and maybe he didn't. Can I swear on here?
Yeah, we're okay.
Okay. Maybe he wasn't tactful in his approach to, spurn the media or however he acted. But I actually think I respect his perspective on, I mean, I don't want to get super philosophical or anything, but I mean, the reality is that there's going to be a ton of lives ruined and it's gambling at the end of the day. It's gambling at the end of the day, but there's a ton of skill. So my my actual opinion is people should really work on their specific technical abilities before necessarily jumping into high-stakes tournaments. And I know I'm killing my own action, or killing other high-stakes. I mean, I don't know how many people actually take my advice. Poker's a really fun game, and there's a chance. There's quite a bit of luck involved, and there's a lot of money to be played for, and a lot of money to be won, life-changing money. So, no gamble, no future. And my advice to anybody who feels like they have a lot of problems playing against advanced players and people who play who they find very difficult to play against, the best advice I would give is to just really, really study how you approach every decision, every street.
Oh, you know what? You just got knocked off camera. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab over and we'll get that figured out. There you go. That's not bad.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There we go. We're back. That was Rep Porter, by the way. Rep Porter, who's walked past my stand.
He's a sputard.
6 weeks.
He's a bluffing animal.
He is an animal. That is.
Yeah, he is. I respect that guy.
Well, it was interesting you brought up the Daniel Coleman situation, because I had a discussion with another online player who said to me that poker is dying and losing players because of the fact that since the moneymaker effect hit, a lot of guys have kind of figured out that they're not good at poker. They've lost money and just said, you know what, this is not for me. I'm not Chris Moneymaker. I'm not that kind of guy that could come in and win.
It's not like he was
$10 million.
amazing or anything, but that was okay.
So I mean, do you think that's a legitimate statement? Well,
I think it's again. I just have to go back to the overgeneralization that it's a tough egg to crack. To just use a really basic analogy,
like my camera apparently. Kick number 2.
I think that an amateur so these main event table draws. So like last year, I had JP Kelly on my direct right and Ben Vincent, who I'm not name dropping, but it's like one of Sam Trickett's best friends. They play really well. I had a couple of European guys who were playing really well, and it's like my table draw, I felt like really terrible. Like I ended up getting put all in on a bluff by Ben. He had a bluff for sure. I mean, and I just couldn't call. I was literally I c-bet on the river 2,500 into 5K, and he puts me all in for 40K. There's just no way that you had it. He ended up telling me he had one pair. I ended up having a medium 2 pair type of. I forget the board, but so it just kind of derailed my main event, derailed my momentum. It was God, these tables. So this year, it's I found a huge separation between quality players and poor players. I mean, obviously, the cream is going to rise to the top. And it's just people just play. The amateur players just play way too passively. They don't have balanced ranges at all. It's just, and when they do, so they don't have balanced ranges at all. They don't have enough bluffs in their medium range and their total stove. There's just no bluff portion of their ranges. So when you can actually 3-bet those guys super profitably, not to mention that they're actually giving up hands they actually shouldn't be giving up. They should be either even peeling out of position when we're super deep. You shouldn't just be open and then folding to a 3-bet with their range necessarily. I do have to run. I'd love to come back and chat some more. I mean, this has been really, really fun.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Well, good luck in there.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
And again, one recommendation, like I said it before, if anybody really wants to work on their poker game, I just think that they just really have to do a study of themselves and how they approach it, and of course use online pokers. Can I throw a name out or no?
Absolutely.
So Phil Galfon has a fantastic set. It's probably the best one out there. Run it once. I don't even necessarily know the guy or anything, but I had that it's pretty expensive. I'd suggest get it for a few months and then cancel for $150 a month or whatever.
Phil, we didn't say that part. All right, it's okay.
I said it. It's too much. Bring it down.
All right,
make more.
Well, Derek, good luck. Thanks for stopping over. Appreciate it. Pleasure to see you.
It's a real pleasure, and I follow a lot of your interviews this summer, and I feel like you do a great job, and you're doing a great thing for the poker economy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hopefully you'll have me back on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. There you go, guys. Even though the camera got punted twice by professionals, wasn't the amateurs this time. And I'm going to reach out and fix that in just a second. But we'll take a break and want to thank sorry, give me one moment here because everything got all screwed up now. I want to thank Derek Lerner for stopping by. Do appreciate it. All right, let's take another commercial break. Players headed back into play, and I'm kind of leaning in here like this, so I'm not off the camera. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show, live from the World Series of Poker Main Event, day number 3.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Missouri stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, 2-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle. Right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deege Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deege player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deege Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deege Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's H-O-K-E, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1 way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, we are back here live. Main event day number 3. Still didn't quite get that camera right. I'll shimmy over a little bit more. But, oh my God. I can't believe Rhett Porter punted the camera. Can you believe that? It's so bad. I'm going to have to call him out on Twitter for that one. But we have some updated chip counts coming in from all over the Rio. Of course, just still waiting to see if Pavilion has been shut down yet. They said they were down to 2 tables a little while ago. So the Pavilion room will house no more poker tournaments here, at least for the bracelet events here at the World Series of Poker very shortly. So we're down to Brasilia and Amazon here in pretty close time here. Let's see what is going on. And it is getting pretty fun in there. Isaac Barron has gotten the chip lead, but we have, believe it or not, we've already lost 300 players on the first level today. Yikes. This keeps up. We might not have a day 6. But 300 players down. We are down to 1,566 players as we head into the break. Let's give us 1 second here. Wow, and Phil Ivey, by the way, didn't like Isaac Barron running away from him and decided to get quads. Are you kidding me? Wow. Gerard Piquet is out, the Euro soccer star, gone. Let's see, Paul Pearson, a little bit of trouble. And let's get you some updated chip counts. We'll take a look at the leaderboard as it stands at the moment. It is Isaac Barron, your leader right now at 693,400. Munir Shaheen, 640,000. So Shaheen right on Isaac Barron's heels. Phil Ivey currently listed at 583,000 in chips. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll stay with this. Raul Mestre, 528. He is out of Valencia, Spain. Steve Tripp at 520. Michael Aaron out of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida at 512. Tim Stancifer, the chip leader coming into today, stands at 471,000. Morgan Popham, 458. Peter Neff, 444. And Julio Belucio out of Buenos Aires, Argentina at 444,000. He stands in 10th. All other notables right now, Martin Jacobson is at 438. Joe Kuther is still holding steady, about 401. Brian Townsend at 395. And we'll keep swinging down. Find you some other notables here. Let's get a little smaller. Barry Hutter, 320. Hilton Laborda is at 314. Keep going. Griffin Banger is at 300,000. I'll give the plug to Chase Seedorf Fredensburg, 293. Give him credit for putting the nickname out there. Grayson Ramage, that's a name we haven't heard for a while, is at 285. Ali Islami, 282. Jonathan Dibbig, 277. Antonio Esfandiari, or Dimmings, 278. Antonio Esfandiari, 277.8. Tony Hashem's at 265. Makul Pahuja, 265. Alex Queen, 252. A Missouri, 245. Let's see what else we got here. John Hennigan, 225. Corey Kilpatrick, bracelet winner, 220. Mark Newhouse, November 9er last year, 220 as well. All right, so that looks like about where our chip leaders are at this point. We'll try and get you some other notables here in just a second. I think we'll give them a, let me go to this, get a new update. Sometimes these the counts on these without the updates are a little off, so let's take a look at some other updates. Well, they call Maria Mayrink a chatterbox. She's doubled up there, so apparently she's this could be an ESPN personality if she makes a deep run. Let's see. Going down the list. Let's see if we've got any other names you might be interested in. Phil Galfond at 170. We've got Andrew Lichtenberger, 145. Dan Smith, 110. Matt Waxman, 77. Barry Greenstein, 72. Aaron Massey at 70. J.J. Liu at 40. Blair Rodman is also at 40. Some of the bust-outs in Brasilia. We mentioned Mark Radoja going down. Cy Watson is out. Chris Bell is out, so we'll say goodbye to them. They will not be playing for the championship this year. Let's see, Mike Watson's at 111. Daniel Buzgon's at 142. Eric Wasserson, 25-2, so he is in some big trouble. Chris Moneymaker, picking up a couple more chips, goes to 232,000. And let's see, anybody else here? Ismail Bojang, 153, according to that. Oh, and the Humphreys are here cheering on Phil Ivey, by the way. Just thought we'd throw that one out there, too. Some tan counts. Tom Marchese still in there, 208. Rhett Meyer, 170. Cunningham, 100,000. Bernard Lee at 80. David Singer, 57. Blair Hinkle, 29.5. All right, so that is pretty much where things stack up at this point. An interesting stat put out by Poker News, make sure we give them credit there, listing the players that started day 3 as the chip leader and how they've resulted. Of course, we mentioned that no one leading day 1 in the modern era has been able to win the championship, but a lot of players leading after day 3, at the start of day 3, have been able to succeed and go deep and at least cash. As a matter of fact, since 2000, only one player who started off as a chip leader on day 3 did not cash. That was Sammy Farha back in 2001. But a pretty impressive list here. Kathy Liebert in 2000 finished 17th. Julian Gardner finished 2nd in 2002 to Robert Marconi. Amir Vahidi finished 6th. Abe Masseri, 120th. Rob Parday Jr. in 2005 finished 52nd. Dimitri Noble, 76th. Gus Hansen finished 61st. Peter Biebel, I guess we go Bieber on that one, 273. Amir Lavat finished 226. David Asselin at 44. Ben Lamb, of course, one of the big notables, finished 3rd. In 2011. Gail Bowman, who, by the way, won the media event last night. Congratulations to her. Finished 10th, of course, just missing the official final table. Mark Kroon had that unfortunate bluff that didn't go well. He ended up finishing 458th. So Phil Ivey, odds are he's going to cash, but who knows where he could end up, anywhere from the 2s to the 200s. So we'll see what Phil Ivey does with this chip lead, or with these mountain of chips, not the chip leader, but pretty darn close to it. And let's see if we can get any more updates for you. Things have just gotten really quiet down here. Nope, looks like that's pretty much all the news that we've got on that. So there you go. Quiet day, or at least a quiet time. I mean, it's really, for those of you that haven't been down here, this is a pretty interesting time because, of course, usually this place is just absolutely blowing up for the most part, all World Series long. But now that we've gotten this field whittled down to under 1,600 players, it's a different atmosphere. A lot of the a lot of the companies that are here vending pull out. They're leaving. Some of the the media kind of trims down their force a little bit. There's a lot of it's a different feel around here. It's a lot more intense, but a lot quieter too. And of course, once again, we're looking into Brasilia. We'll be back up in our old location, or right around there, pretty soon. So we'll look to see what's going on there. Looks like Brian Micon, by the way, has been eliminated. Nancy Birnbaum is apparently busting out hand warmers in the Amazon room. Can you believe that? Oh, guys, you can turn the air conditioning down just a little bit. Let's see who else we have right now. Anything else happening? Like I said, it's it's pretty quiet at the moment. But I'm going to start giving some people some flack on Twitter too. All right, so right now I think we're pretty much set at this point for our day show. So I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit early, and we're going to come back tonight at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll be back on the air here on Mark Hoke Show this evening and have more updates, more excitement here at the World Series of Poker as we continue on towards that November 9. That's going to be determined on Tuesday. So, guys, thanks for being with us. I do appreciate it, and we will see you tonight at 6:30 p.m. here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. Give us a like if you wouldn't mind. We'd appreciate it, and we'll see you later on tonight. Have a great afternoon. We'll catch you later.